Hi, and welcome to the Joy Holiday Channel. Passover is one of the most meaningful holidays on the Jewish calendar. Called Pesach in Hebrew, Passover celebrates the liberation of the Jews from captivity in ancient Egypt. The story of Passover comes from the Torah, which can mean all combined Jewish teachings, but in this case, usually refers to the first 5 books of early Jewish scripture. These are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Number, and Deuteronomy. The Passover celebration lasts for a week and involves the whole family. Even young children play a part in Passover traditions, usually reading the 4 questions at the Seder meal. These are ceremonial reminders of the meaning of Passover and the reason behind the most special observances. So why do they call this holiday Passover? Here's a quick and simple paraphrase of a much longer and more exciting narrative from the Torah. After the Pharaoh refused the appeal of Moses to release the Israelites from slavery, a series of 10 terrible plagues swept across Egypt. As the famous story goes, the 10th plague brought death to every firstborn son in the land. To protect themselves from this final plague, the Israelites were told to mark their front doors with the blood of a sacrificial lamb. This would be a sign to the angel of death to pass over their homes and spare their children. Passover celebrations commemorate not only this powerful act of mercy, but also the entire divine plan to free the Jewish people from slavery and fulfill the prophetic destiny foretold in the Torah. For most Jewish families, the focal point of Passover week is the traditional Seder, a festive meal that's loaded with symbolism. During Passover, leavened foods like bread or pasta are forbidden. Tradition has it that the Jews had to leave Egypt so quickly that there was no time for their bread to rise. Instead, they eat a traditional flatbread called matzah. An important tradition is to clean every corner of the home and remove all leavened products in preparation for Passover. There are special rules for preparing Passover foods that go beyond the regular practice of keeping kosher. Of course, matzah is a central part of the Seder, and menu ingredients may also include bitter herbs as a reminder of the bitterness of slavery, salt water symbolizing the tears of the slaves, a fruit and nut paste known as charoset to symbolize the mortar they used to build the Pharaoh's massive treasure houses, and lamb shank bone as a reminder of their original Passover sacrifice. Other popular Passover foods include brisket, matzo ball soup, gefilte fish, semes, which is a sweet carrot and fruit dish, and for dessert, macaroons and sponge cake. Even though Jewish people around the world honor Passover traditions year after year, there's an important reminder in the traditional readings to keep telling and retelling the story of slavery and freedom. Over the centuries, people have found ways to protect the essence of Passover while adding their own personal imprint to the celebration. Here are some ideas you can try. After the traditional parsley blessing, invite everyone around the table to share a blessing for the youngest child or newest guest or family member. As you go through the traditional readings, ask family members to share parts of their personal stories. In time, this will help everyone to deepen their connection to the Passover story. Use technology to allow an absent family member to take part in the readings. You can use Skype, FaceTime, Zoom, or many other popular mobile apps to help everyone feel connected. Prepare a bag of random household items you can pass around the Seder table. Every so often, invite someone to choose an item from the bag and share their idea of how it symbolizes the Passover story. Invite children to help prepare the Seder meal and use the time in the kitchen to teach them about the symbolism of each menu item. Then, invite them to share what they learned with your Seder guests. At its heart, Passover is a celebration of freedom. The timeless story of the Exodus of Egypt can be a powerful metaphor that's meaningful for people of all faiths. It can teach us compassion, gratitude, and commitment to see the best in ourselves and others. That's the story on Passover. We're all about joy, happiness, and holidays. To keep up with all the best holiday ideas and fun histories, hit the subscribe button here on YouTube and follow us on Twitter @JoyHChannel.